All right, well, I want to start out by saying thank you and welcome. This is the SYP 2022, crazy that we're thinking about summer already, hiring session. I'm Brad Wells. I'm a coordinator in the Center for Educational Outreach. And
I'm Jana Toomey. I'm the Assistant Director for the Center for Educational Outreach.
all right, and so some of you who may have known about our program before might see a little something special and different about the logo here, but we are actually celebrating our 50th year of SYP this summer. So we're really excited about that and some of the new little twists that will come along with it. For those of you who aren't familiar with us, with SYP or with the Center for Educational Outreach, just a little bit about who we are, as we, sorry, blanking on words here. We're an office dedicated to working with K-12 youth and community college, anyone who's kind of looking to get into post-secondary education or looking for a successful career in post-secondary. But our goal, or our mission statement, is to empower the next generation of doers and makers to actualize a more just, equitable, sustainable, and inclusive world. As we go through our session tonight, we'll talk a little bit about who we are, which we've already done, go into an employment overview, talk about the positions that we have available with summer youth programs this year, how you can apply for those positions, and the last part will be the sales pitch from me and Jana about why you should work for us, why it would be fun and an awesome summer to, what is that, 1,100 students each summer? Mm-hmm. So we'll get started with what is SYP. In a nutshell, SYP is a lot of words, a lot of different things. It's everything from an exciting opportunity to exploration if you're a student. It's chaos. There are definitely days, and Zane can attest to this, that it is chaos.
Out of curiosity, are either of you SYP alumni or?
Kind of. I did the outdoor adventure programs version.
Okay.
Very cool.
I'm not sure which one it officially went through, but it was I did one North Country Trail and then the other IORL.
That was us. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Good. Now we actually, the slide matters.
But as much as there is chaos about it, there's also a fun element. There's inspiring moments, and it's a great chance for you to build different skill sets that you may not get in traditional summer jobs. If you think about it in terms of kind of what our parents, the participants have said, they said that they love the on-campus opportunities. They love the way that our staff encourage the students to be more responsible and to engage throughout the week. And they were extremely pleased with the fact that we have these extracurricular activities, which are inspired by our amazing staff. They're kid-friendly and just perfect in keeping them entertained and engaged and ready to go to class the next day. The summer youth programs specifically, when we talk about the educational side of things, they're high-impact educational experiences. They're designed for middle school and high school students. That's grades 6 through 11. And generally, they're led by faculty, staff, and graduate students. Every once in a while, we do get some upper-level undergrads that come and help out, but we primarily try to keep our instructors to the faculty, staff, and grad students. We pride ourselves on the fact that these are hands-on and immersive programs. So it's not just like you're going to class again. You're going in, you're getting those lab experiences, you're getting to do stuff. It's the makers and doers of our mission statement. And as I've already said, today, we're starting our 50th year celebration. Each summer, we also run alongside summer youth athletics camps. So these are your hockey camps, your volleyball, basketball. There's a residential phase to some of these, and most of them are commuter. As an SYP staff, you might be assisting their live-in counselors if you're in the dorms, and assisting with their live-in participants in the dorms or in the dining hall. Other than that, we send them up to the SDC every morning. They come back worn out in the evenings after having been skating around the rink all afternoon. So each summer, as I've already said, we impact at least 1,000 students. I think our average is probably a little closer to 1,100. And this is the number of students that you get to impact each summer. This past year, we were dealing with COVID-19 as we ran in-person programming. And despite the fact that we were dealing with the pandemic, we still managed to engage 835 students on campus. Throughout the years too, we also engage with about 200 SYA or summer youth athletics participants. That number bounces around a little bit, I think, based on which courses they offer, but it's a pretty good average of the 20. So during the day, during summer youth programs, students are in class. They go out to the different departments, meet with the instructors, and just take a deep dive into science, the social sciences, the arts, whatever their exploration is on. And we have explorations in computing, where they can learn about data encryption, cybersecurity. They can play program playable games in Java, and create robots that followed line paths. In our humanities, business, and social sciences courses, they get to explore the Q&A and use that as creativity and inspiration for writing. They can learn about the intricacies of stock market investing. And new this year, they'll be able to go out and help map garden plots with Q&A Bay Indian community and help plan a sustainable local food system for the community. With the College of Engineering, they get to go out, build wooden bridges, test chemical reactions, identify materials and minerals, and every once in a while, we get to watch them set off a rocket. Within the sciences, where my passion is, they get to go out and get lost in biotechnology and forensic science. You might see them down at Princess Point on the beach, roping out a crime scene as they collect evidence and bring it back to the lab. They get to discover the science of gaming. And this year, they get to engage with an active FBI agent to learn the history of spies and spycraft and how that is important for those of us who are looking at research careers and developing things in terms of economic espionage. People coming in and stealing proprietary information and taking it back to other countries. So now, on to the important stuff, why you're all here tonight.
All right. So what does summer at SYP look like? So our typical staffs are made of 65-ish counselors each summer. So we have a variety of roles that we are filling, but it really does take a village to help these students have the best experience possible here at summer youth programs. So this is what our summer program dates look like this year. We would start training for our general staff on Sunday, the 12th. You would have 1 week of orientation. We have 2 weeks of programming, and then you would have most of the week of the 4th of July off. We don't offer any courses during the week of July 4th. However, we do have a little bit of training refreshing to make sure that we end our last 4 weeks of programming on a high note, and then ending in that first week of August. The week of August 7th through the 12th, some staff will be sticking around. We do have some obligations to facilities to help prepare the residence halls after we move out for the incoming first year and returning students.
Zane, were you part of the crew this year that set the record for flipping beds?
Yeah, because you did the one open for 3
Yep.
days, was that right?
I think so. We tried to buy you all a little more time this year, so you don't have to race through it. It's so fast.
So what are we looking for in our counselors? One of our top priorities is that we have a reliable staff. We want to know that you'll be able to take the training and you'll be able to apply it to your position. You'll be able to keep those students safe. You're going to be showing up on time for your shift and fulfilling the duties that you have.
We're also looking for a staff that's adaptable. Every time you turn around in SYP, something new, some new challenge is arising and throwing it at you, testing your abilities. So when we bring 300 students onto campus each week, you have to be ready. Something is going to challenge you almost every day.
And what we call the be awesome attitude. So these students are experiencing a lot of things for the first time, and we're really here to help guide them through their week to have those moments of development and really get to, find out who they are and what they want to do with their lives. So we really want to create a positive, a welcoming, and inclusive environment. And so we want these students to remember SYP as really a highlight of their lives to that point. We hear so many stories about the impact that summer youth programs has on its alumni. As we have been talking with more alumni, you know, there's so many stories of this is where I really found my passion. This is really where I decided what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go to school.
But just
And
as important too, sorry to interrupt you, Jana. We're also, it's a really good time with no pressure for students to figure out what they don't want to do. It's a really important aspect of our program that I think a lot of students maybe feel bad about or overlook. But if you find out now while you're grade 6 through 11 what you don't want to do with your life, that's huge. And that's where our counselors are really important too, to help support them as they figure those things out. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. Anything else?
No.
Okay. All right, so there are some requirements that we have for our SYP staff that go a little bit beyond the fun parts that Jana and I just explained. As a general overview, we do ask that everyone submits to and passes a background check, state of Michigan. You must meet all university requirements for employment. And you have to be ready to work starting June 12th as a team. We really can't emphasize the teamwork part of this enough. From a personal level, we ask that you've completed at least one academic semester, that you're free of academic or conduct probation, and that you have a huge enthusiasm for SYP. That's what's going to keep you going throughout the summer. In terms of trainings, we provide all of these for you, but we have a student staff training through the Dean of Students office. There's a first aid and CPR training that we provide, and there's a van certification and test that Jana runs, driving test, super hard. She likes to
no,
think it is, but
it's not super hard.
it's why all of the staff get scared.
Brad.
All right.
All right, so what positions are available? So experienced counselor, this was previously called an activities counselor for those of you who are familiar with our programs. They're really about fostering the sense of community and in charge of coordinating and leading all of the evening activities with their students. So they'll also be assisting with check-in and check-out on the Sundays and Friday evenings of the week, and just really make sure that everybody is staying engaged throughout their week here at Summer Youth Programs. This is a pretty consistent schedule, 4 to 10 most evenings, with some hours on Sunday as well. Our residence counselors, which are similar to a resident assistant position that you may be familiar with as a student here at Michigan Tech. So they will have a hall of students, of our live-in participants. They'll be having breakfast or lunch with them each day and checking in on them before bed and making sure that they have really everything that they need. Sometimes these are our students' first times away from home. They really provide a sense of comfort, a sense of family in the residence halls. So Monday through Friday, you would have either a breakfast or a lunch shift, and then you would have evening hours as well. And then on Sunday, there are some, they do also have a role with the check-in. And on Saturday, their time will be limited, but you may be working some Saturdays as well, depending on the number of stayover participants that we have on a given week. Front desk managers, similar to what they're called at the residence halls right now, deskies. We also coordinate a portion of the Wadsworth Hall front desk. So they're in charge of answering the phone. They communicate a lot between our staff and with instructors especially. They are responsible for administering the medications to all the participants. They keep track of merchandise sales and other sales such as parking passes, meal passes. So very organized, very detail-oriented folks who really like to be in the know of everything and who are really able to stay organized and on top of all the different pieces that make summer youth programs. The desk is staffed 7:30 to 11 each day. The schedule is created with the availability of those individuals who are selected for that position. Usually all full-time positions, but again, your schedule would be more developed once we have our staff in place. Operations assistants, this position was previously called a day counselor, but they are really a jack of all trades type role. There's a lot of last minute things that come up with the classes that may be helping drive students on a field trip with an instructor, that may be getting supplies to a class, that may be creating kits or organizing things for other activities. They do all of our bulletin boards in the halls that we live on in Wadsworth Hall, and maintaining the evening activity website. And that is a traditional 8 to 5 structure, Monday through Friday. Weekend counselors, this role is combining with the chaperone position that we've previously also offered in the past. So we do have students who stay with us for multiple weeks. When those students stay over the weekend, we plan some really amazing trips to really immerse them in the Keweenaw culture. So previous examples include doing a mine tour at Quincy Mine, going to the Porkies, going to Marquette, going up to the harbor, and really getting them out to explore the local community. If you aren't a part of those trips, you may also be on our charter bus, which we operate every weekend. The charter bus goes downstate. It has 4 stops downstate, and we're able to drop off and pick up students and bring them back up for the next week of programming. Obviously, Michigan Tech is pretty far away for most people, so that's a really incredible service that families can take advantage of if they're unable to make the whole drive themselves.
Good.
Mhm. And our digital media specialist, we love to capture those really exciting moments inside of the classes. So we're looking for somebody with experience in photography to visit the classes, to visit our evening activities, to do some light editing and getting things ready for social media or other publications. This position is really special because the schedule will change based on the itineraries for the courses that are running that week, but they really get to see some of the highlights of every course and often get to take part in some really cool experiences during their visits with them.
So one of the positions that we do have for next summer that I neglected to put in the slide deck here is that we do have a social media intern or a marketing intern that we're looking to hire. We are asking that one on a little bit different timeline than our regular SYP staff. So if you're interested in that, please let us know. But it kind of takes the work of the photographer and turns it into the side that makes SYP look really good to the parents. It gives the parents something to see what their child is doing while they're at camp. It lets our donors and our sponsors know what's going on at SYP and how their money is being put to good use. So it's a really critical role. And if you have a passion for social media and making pretty designs in Canva or Creative Cloud or whatever your design work software is, we'd love to talk to you.
We also have positions available for lifeguards. This is also an extra role that you could take on as part of a different counselor role. So if our students are going into the portage, at the beach or at a pool, we'd like to have lifeguards there just to make sure that everyone stays safe. So if you are lifeguard certified, that's an incredible bonus, and you could have the opportunity for some shifts in that role. And again, that can be a supplement to any other counselor role that you'd be interested in. And our student coordinators. Our student coordinators are another role that isn't just in the summer, like the marketing intern that Brad mentioned previously. So our student coordinators really make sure that summer youth programs happens and that they are the voices that the parents hear when they call our office with questions. They are the ones entering the applications into our database to get them enrolled. They're collecting payments. They're making sure that everything is complete. So really, they are program managers. We give them an incredible amount of responsibility. And in return, they are able to make these programs happen for us. So a really incredible opportunity to develop organizational and management skills. If you're looking for something to start sooner rather than later and have the opportunity to continue even past next summer, this could be a fantastic position for you.
Some final notes about employment opportunities with summer youth programs. As far as pay, we do have a $10.20 per hour base pay. For our residence counselors, we also provide room and board throughout the summer. That starts June 12th, right, Jenna?
Mhm.
And runs up until the end of programming. For all staff, when you're working, we do provide 1 meal per shift, and that's in the dining hall. I think this year it's going to be in McNair.
Mhm.
Yeah, McNair. I had to think. But we try to give some extra benefits just to help incentivize everybody to come be a part of our awesome staff. For full-time positions, we're looking for experienced counselors, residence counselors, front desk managers, operations assistant. Our digital media specialist could go either way. It really depends on your abilities. If you could tie into that social media and marketing manager position that we have, we could definitely make that into full-time. And our student coordinators are pretty much a full-time role in the summer. They're part-time, about 10 hours, maybe up to 15 as we get into peak application season during the school year. For part-time positions in the summer, we're looking for weekend counselors and lifeguards. And as Jana mentioned, the lifeguards, it's really great if we can pair you with another counselor role as well.
A weekend counselor is approximately 20 to 30 hours per week.
Okay, now for the fun part that HR has asked me to talk to you all about. In terms of the recent mandate for vaccination for federal contractors, as an employee for Michigan Technological University, we're considered federal contractors, and we have to be in compliance, which requires all employees to provide either proof of vaccination or request a religious exemption with the university. Currently, this mandate applies to all student employees, but not to students in general. In regards to a timeline for the vaccination, all employees need to be fully vaccinated or have an approved exception by January 4th, 2022. This is for those who are starting immediately, so like those student coordinator roles and the marketing intern. For everyone else who would be starting in the summer, HR has informed me that it would be with the you have to excuse me, words. It would need to be provided by your start date. HR defines a person as fully vaccinated 2 weeks after receiving 2 doses of Pfizer or Moderna vaccines or 1 dose of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. There's some details in here, and on the Flex website, they ask that you visit flex/vaccine/federal contractors for all the details. And if there's any questions about that, please direct them all to HR. Everything that they're doing is in guidance with the I think it was an executive order that came down and World Health Organization guidelines. So now for the part that is a little less exciting to talk about, but really important, how you should apply. So right now we're in our info session and our applications are open. We have them out on Handshake and there is a PDF version of it on our website. We're looking to close the applications for this first round around the 22nd of November. So it's about a little under 2 weeks out so that we can get into interviewing you around the week of the 29th, so right after Thanksgiving break. We then are aiming to send out hire letters by mid-December and ask that we get those hire letters back just after the holidays. So just a review here of that process. Right now, applications are open. You got about 2 weeks to submit them with your resume, and we'll get an interview scheduled with you. Then we'll see you in our office or virtual if you prefer between the 29th of November and the 3rd of December for some sort of interview. Okay, this is how you can find our application. It's mtu.edu/SYP. You go to the About tab, I think it's the fourth one from the left at the top, and drop down to employment.
This presentation will also be sent out after this meeting and posted to our website for anyone who would like to watch the recording. So don't feel like you need to take a screenshot
Yep.
or anything.
If you have any questions along the way, we're happy to take them tonight. If something comes to you after you've gone home, feel free to email us at outreach@mtu.edu, and we'll be happy to chat with you either in person, on the phone, whatever you need, we'll work with you. When it comes to submitting your application, it's a fillable PDF, so you don't have to print it out and write everything if you don't want to. It should work nicely with all the Adobe software on campus, and I think it's playing nice with Chrome. I haven't checked any other browsers. If you do decide to write it, please write legibly. I'm pretty good at deciphering chicken scratch from my own handwriting, but I don't always get every word right. When you submit your resume, we'd like to make sure that it's updated. We want to see what you're doing right now, and make sure it reflects your attention to detail. And we want to showcase your skill set and how it relates to the SYP positions that you're interested in. When it comes time to interview, our offices are in the administration building on the second floor. We're directly across the hall from career services. So when you get off the elevator, it's a quick right and you're right there at our door. You may see a skeleton sitting in the doorway or near the window somewhere. That's Juanita. She's our office mascot, welcoming everybody in. And if you come by soon, you might get to see her in Halloween costume. Other than that, we'll see you when it's time for interviews. Jana, do you want to give them some details on why they should join us?
Sure. So I think one of the greatest things about summer youth programs is your ability to make an impact. I know we've really driven home that point earlier in this presentation, but you have the opportunity to do something this summer that could change somebody's life. And that is maybe not the instance in all other positions that you may be considering right now. These students are incredibly smart, incredibly funny. They are so energetic and they just see everything with fresh eyes and they're just so eager to learn. And it's really a truly memorable experience every summer to work with them. And it's so fulfilling to be a part of something that is so much greater than any one individual on our team. So this summer, if you're really looking to make a difference, this could be the position for you. Not only will you gain, you'll gain leadership skills, you will strengthen your teamwork abilities, you will strengthen your communication skills, your time management, your adaptability, your creativity, all of these skills that are so critical to any career field that you want to pursue in the future. These are the skills that employers are looking for on your resumes. We know you're smart. You're here at Michigan Tech. So we know you got that part down. Now, really have the opportunity to develop that other side, that interpersonal side, and make yourself such a well-rounded candidate for anything you want to pursue in the future, and have these memories, and have this fun, and probably have way too much ice cream from the dining hall.
Definitely have way too much ice cream from the dining hall.
So
and maybe experience your first Mountain Dew float if you take too much inspiration from some of the students. I was this close last summer to trying it.
The water float was the one that got me.
So if you want some good stories to tell after this summer, we're your people.
We are. And it's just a great opportunity to spend time in the Q&A, to spend the summer here. I think it's one of the things that really helped seal the deal on why I wanted to stay here as a staff member. Is I spent the summer here and I just couldn't get enough of it. Winters are great too, but I'm a big fan of summer. As Jana said, one of the things we like to do is spark curiosity, help the students explore their interests, and make an impact. No matter how small, we want to make an impact. Plus, this is a few years old. I'll give you that. We We had some issues with getting everyone together with COVID last year, but who wouldn't want to be on a team that looks like they're having this much fun? Right, with that, we thank you all for coming tonight. Again, this has been recorded. The recording will be available on the web. The slide deck will be available on the web. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them now. Happy to take them. Otherwise, drop us a line, give us a phone call, stop by and see us. We don't get enough people dropping into our office. Yeah, thank you. We have any questions tonight?
You mentioned McNair, the dining hall. Is that just because Lyle is closed, or is that because we're gonna be in McNair this summer?
We'll be dining and make
Yes.
that.
Dining in McNair, okay.
Wads is getting some work done on
Okay.
the dining hall.
My department is doing a summer youth program,
Uh-huh.
and I was wondering, I had the opportunity to be like involved in that week.
Okay.
Would I be able to do this and then during that 1 week do both?
Dependent on your position. If you're a full-time staff member though, no.
Which department are you with?
Social science.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, they have 4 courses this summer.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about that. Which one are you?
I think it was climate and society.
Okay,
Right.
going with the K that's teaching it?
Yeah.
I'm super excited for that one.
Mhm.
I was building a dream course in my head, and then I heard that proposal and I was like, this covers 90% of it. So super excited for that.
And in
Alright.
case you're wondering, a lot of these positions are also compatible with taking a few credits over the summer too. So if
Yes.
you're looking to do some summer track A or track B, as long as it's not interfering with your shift, that's definitely something that we have a lot of counselors take advantage of.
Mhm.
All right.
All right. Thank you all again for coming. Really appreciate it.